Greetings and welcome to Ignite Humanity Live. I'm your host and your guest. Not your guest. I'm your host. JB Owen, and I'm super excited to be here. As you can see, I'm like in a really great mood this morning. Lots of fun things are unfolding. I just was chatting in the pre-show with our amazing guest, and I have just been awakened with a happy heart today, just feeling fantastic. We have been getting so much positive feedback on the show. People are loving what we're doing, and I'm loving doing it. And it's very exciting to come to you each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on this network. And we're coming to you live because we are talking about igniting humanity. And why are we doing it live? Well, a couple of things. Now, people have asked me, why are we doing it live? And it's because we want that spontaneous, heartfelt connection. We actually want you to feel our guests. We want you to feel the people that are coming to the show, feel their essence. Because if we record it and we plan it and we script it and we trim it and we clip it and we polish it, you're not going to get the true essence, in my opinion, of how amazing people are when they just share from the heart. And that's what we're so excited to talk about. All the things we're doing, how you can ignite humanity. Now, again, igniting humanity, where do we get started? Well, what do? Well, it just takes one moment, one gesture, one tiny effort to begin the ball rolling, the snowball down the hill into igniting humanity in new and unique ways. And today is Thursday on the show, and that means we're all about solutions. We're talking about solutions and things that we can do, not just talk about it, but actually make the effort, actually do the things that we can to make a difference and impact others. And if you've been watching our shows, which many people have, in fact, our guest shared that she has been watching every single episode. And I want to preface that by saying, if you've missed any of the past episodes, you can definitely go and watch them on our platform, get all the recordings. All you have to do is go to ignitehumanity.life/watch and sign in. Just give us your email so we can send you a link so you can sign in and watch all of our episodes completely free and find out ways that you can ignite humanity. Well, back to solutions. If you have something to share with us, like a solution on the ways to ignite humanity, please reach out to us at ignitehumanity.live/share, because we want to hear what you've got to say about the show, about solutions, and about ways that you are igniting humanity. Now, let's talk about one of the principles today: instill true happiness and inner peace. Now, there are 7 principles to igniting humanity. You can go to our website and they are listed there. It's so exciting, the 7 principles. And each and every day I share one of them with you. And so today we're going to be talking about true happiness and inner peace. Now, a lot of people aspire for happiness and inner peace. And what I want to say about that is emotion. It's a feeling, to feel happy. Happiness doesn't come when you've necessarily got something or accomplished something or have numbers at the bottom of your bank statement. Happiness is a feeling, and inner peace is this essence that we feel. And so as a mentor and a coach, I often talk to people about success. What does success mean to them? How can we be successful in igniting humanity? Well, it really is about fostering feelings and emotions in people. People want to feel happy. They don't want to just think they're happy, or they don't want to just strive for happiness. They actually want to feel it. And inner peace is that knowing and that contentment that we all have, that feeling of where we are and who we are and what we're doing and how we show up in the world and the people around us. We truly are content and happy with what it is we have. And so feeling that and working towards that and having that in our life is one of the principles of igniting humanity. Every single person on the planet deserves to feel happy, deserves to have that sense of inner peace. And if we work together and come together, we can create that for one another. All right, well, let's dive right into it, because I always enjoy bringing on my guests, and they have so much to share, and we hardly have any time in our short 30-minute show, but we pack it all in so you get lots of info. Let me just share with you, Farrah Smith today is our guest, and she's a certified life coach, activist, and conscious entrepreneur. Farrah spent over a decade working for one of the top ocean conservation nonprofit globally as the director of major gifts and celebrity relationships. She raised millions of dollars for the oceans and marine wildlife. She's a contributing writer for Arianna Huffington's online platform, Thrive Global, and she works for entrepreneur.com as a member of the Entrepreneur Leadership Network. So I just read that to you because I wanted to get you a little snippet of who she is. But more than that, we're going to find out her ignite moment and what makes her want to ignite humanity. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Farrah Smith. Hi, and welcome to the show. Happy to have you
here. Jamie. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. And this is one of my favorite topics, how to be successful and happy. So I'm really excited to be here.
I'm glad. Yeah, because, I tell people all the time, success is really an emotion. I mean, we always sometimes think it's a thing or it's an accolade, but really it is an emotion. People who feel truly successful can list the emotions that they are most connected to. What would you say is some of the emotions for you around your happiness and inner peace?
I would say alignment. When I feel disconnected, and when I don't feel like I'm in a state of flow or grounded, I know I'm out of alignment and something needs to change. So for me, it's very like feeling if I feel comfortable. And if something doesn't feel right, I know that I need to make a change in some area. So I really tune into my body a lot to see how I'm feeling.
Well, I'm glad that you say that, because I have to say Ignite Humanity really sparked from me not feeling in alignment with what was going on the planet. And there's so many things that are shifting and changing, and people are feeling a sense of discord and stress and anxiety and worry and the unknown. And how can you be in alignment when you have all of those other more powerful emotions? And so alignment is really important part, not just in our own selves, in our relationship with others, and then how we show up. And you've been showing up in some really amazing ways, doing some powerful things. Tell us your alignment that you have about conservation and all of the things that you're doing for the environment.
Well, I want to go. Do you want me to talk about my Ignite moment and how it landed me at that place? Is that what you?
Yes, if you want to dive in there. I was going to get a little bit about your.
Okay, perfect.
Go for it.
So I'm a multi-passionate person, kids and animals in the environment. But when I graduated from UCLA, I was rejected from my dream job right out of college. And I had to pivot. And it's okay in life when there's times when we have to pivot, but we need to pivot with intention. And I pivoted without intention and ended up on the wrong path. And I successfully climbed the corporate ladder, but I wasn't happy. And I was trying to figure out like what's missing. And it was that success plus happiness. So what, inspired me or helped me figure that out was this quote. And I want to share it because I think it may impact the listeners as well. And it's by Winston Churchill. To each there comes in their lifetime a special moment when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to them and fitted to their talents. And this is the part that really woke me up. What a tragedy if that moment finds them unprepared or unqualified for that which could have been their finest hour. And that was what hit me. I was missing the key ingredient for success and happiness, which is passion. So I had the title and I had the paycheck and I had the exciting lifestyle, but I had no passion for what I was doing. I'd always wanted to help kids or animals. So it was one of those things where I'm like, okay, you're not preparing for the moment should be your finest hour. It's time to put, service over stature. And that was a defining moment in my life to become a person of service. And so that is what led me to say, okay, what would make me feel like I'm in alignment and living an impactful life and happy? And that's where it led me to say, okay, I need to move to the nonprofit sector. And it landed me at Sea Shepherd, raising millions of dollars with my personal hero, saving thousands of lives. So I kind of wanted to show that progression that I had to, what was missing? Passion. You have to have intention and passion. And that's what landed me at the nonprofit.
That is a great quote, and I'm going to ask you to send that to me and we'll share it with our viewers because it is so good, and it makes me think a lot about like where in our lives can we really inject that instructions from Winston Churchill into our lives. Let's back up a little bit because some of the viewers don't even know the idea of an Ignite moment. Let's share it with them. I always say an Ignite moment is that powerful, transformational, impactful moment that just sort of boom awakens you. Some people call it an aha moment. I've heard it called a couple of different things. I like to call it an Ignite moment. And so let me ask you, reading that quote was sort of that aha sort of Ignite moment that kind of really like woke you up to like what am I doing? What should I be doing? What could be better? Just tell me a little bit more about the essence of that awakening.
It was the legacy part. It was like preparing for the moment, which should be your finest hour. Well, if I want to save the planet, animals, and kids, how is chasing a title and a paycheck and climbing the corporate ladder going to help me do that. So I think I always say this, you need to know your why, you need to know your intention, and then you'll figure out the what and how. And so it took me years after that Ignite moment to land my dream job. But I knew at that point then, okay, where do I want to head? Okay. And we have to manifest our life, but with a little bit of flexibility. So you kind of have to be open to the what and how. And so for me, again, it's knowing where you want to go, visualizing that, manifesting that, setting your intention. And then there's a little bit of letting life, openness and trust on where that ends up to be. I always say be true to your why, but be open and flexible with the what and how. I hope that makes sense. Because
no,
I would have never landed at Sea Shepherd if I wasn't, because I was thinking land animals, things like that. And it was like, oh, wait, my why is animals. If I let the, what be marine wildlife and the how be an ocean conservation organization, that's what landed me at my dream job. There was the intention, but a little bit of flexibility with how that manifested into my reality.
Yeah, and you also said that you let it marinate and you let it unfold, because a lot of times we're very impatient in allowing things to come to fruition. We really want to jump the ladder. And I tell people all the time, like, you have to take each and every step up the ladder to get where it is you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, like, even walk the lily pad over the path, because you can't just keep skipping, jumping, going from one to the other and expecting success or accomplishment or even that feeling of true inner happiness until you sort of walk that line. And I think what you shared is, like, you were patient a bit, and you were flexible, and you allowed your learning to help you get there. And I just want to put some spotlight on that point, because some people who are sitting at home may feel like it's not happening fast enough. It's not unfolding. I've been waiting for so long. Can you give them a little bit of inspiration on that?
Yes. Absolutely. I'm going to actually, because again, I said I'm multi-passionate. I'm going to use the kids side of this, because it's like, people are like, wow, I went to college to be a probation officer and I was rejected. Then I wanted to go to grad school to be a guidance counselor, and the admissions office said, well, we'll probably never select you. And this is a key point I want them to take with them after the show. You don't always have to do it for your paycheck. It doesn't have to be your full-time job. So when that didn't work, I'm like, okay, well, how could I volunteer my time and fill that void until I find out how to do it professionally? So then I wanted to do Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And they said, well, there's a waiting list for Big Sisters. I'm like, oh my gosh, why is this so hard for me I just want to help kids. So then I discovered foster children. I realized it's not about what you do. It's about who you're being. And then I decided to start my coaching business, because I'm like, what I do, it doesn't need to be a probation officer or whatever. It's who I'm being. And I want to be a source of inspiration and motivation for the younger generation. So I think that too is a key component of, it's not about what you do. It's about who you're being. But also, if you can't find it in your job right away, volunteer, fill that, that void in your heart and in your soul. And then something will happen when you're volunteering. You usually will meet people that could then help turn that into a career. But that took me, from college until I think I started my coaching business in my 40s. And with the animals, I didn't get to Sea Shepherd until my 30s. So you never, ever give up on your dreams, even if they don't happen on your timeline. They will happen.
I need to get like a bell, like ding, 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 ding. Like you said, two really wonderful things. You said many wonderful things, but ding, 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 because you hit solutions for the day. But I think you're so correct. You can volunteer. You can step into it. You can offer your services without being paid. Your time, your skills, your effort. That's a fantastic way to start igniting humanity, by volunteering, and then really just believing in it and knowing it and trusting it. And then being willing to pivot again is a really great solution for a lot of people who are like, and I had that happen to me one time too. I kept like doing this, going in this direction. And then one day I was like, look over there, because exactly what you want is like right over there. And it's just so we get so focused. And if we just widen our viewfinder, we can actually see the possibilities and the potential that's around us. Now, you've heard me say this before. I always say you got to be it to become it. You got to be it first to become it, and you got to step into it So if you have a desire and an aspiration, start being it at home, being it in the shower, being it when you're driving the car, being it when you're in the park, being it with your friends. And then slowly as you be it, you will become it. And that's really, for me, a lot of what you said. You've got to be it. You've got to be in it, in your essence. And so that moment, you read the quote and you got inspired, you were ignited in a new and unique way. Tell us a little bit about, or do you have a story about something that just, really hit home for you, or you kind of knew that, like, I'm on the path, this is really what I was meant to do? Is there something that really helped you understand and feel saturated into that inner peace that we're all looking for?
Well, I think too, again, it goes back to being open. I was looking for a job doing events because that was my background, and not realizing they were looking for a fundraiser. I had set up a dinner with a billionaire with this charity, just, wanting to help. And they're like, well, we're not hiring events, we're doing fundraising. And then I started being like, okay, but I still had this, I love Hollywood. There's other sides to my life that I love. And I actually made it so that my skill set benefited the charity. So I was like, I'll take care of your major donors. I'll take care of the celebrities. I'll do this. And I started to mold and fit the position to fit me. And I realized all the things I had done in my past actually were building up to me being able to be very successful in this role. And I think it was just when I started to say, hey, I feel in alignment. I don't feel disjointed anymore. I feel aligned. I feel like myself. I feel fully grounded in this moment and it feels right. And this is the thing you always know when you're in the right place. You'll work hard and you'll do it because you love it. And Steve Jobs always says you almost have to be obsessed with what you do because it's so hard if you aren't. So I feel like there's something about that passion and purpose and almost leaning towards obsession that you're like, I would do this even if someone didn't pay me. And you're in the right spot when you would do something even if you weren't being paid. And if you're willing to do it so hard.
I'm with you so much. My husband and I were talking about it just yesterday because one of the things that we are doing to ignite humanity is building schools, as you know. And I was saying to him, like, I'm so like a dog with a bone in my mouth about building these schools. Like, I just can't get over it. Like, I'm obsessed. Yes. And then he said, like all the great people that accomplish things are obsessed. Like, you have to be obsessed. Yeah. And I kind of agreed. I said, if you're not obsessed, you'll give up, you'll give in, you'll find excuses, you'll watch TV, you'll let go of your dream. And so you're right. And you have to want to do it because you love it. Like, no one is going to pay you the amount of hours that you put into developing your passion and, really stepping into that greatest version of yourself, because all of life is really a journey of us becoming our greatest selves. And you're doing that with your business and with your devotion to the environment. But it was a process for sure. I can only imagine. It was all a process.
And one thing I always try to tell people when I explain about Sea Shepherd, they're like, well, I want to give back, but I can't do something on that level. And I'm like, well, first of all, I didn't think I was doing enough because I wasn't on the ship saving marine wildlife. But then I'm like, wait, I can do what's comfortable for me and raise the money for the ships and the crew to be on the front line. And so then someone would be like, well, I don't work at a charity. I'm not that far. I'm like, this is my biggest advice to most people. Start where you are. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle or end. Start where you are and do what's comfortable for you. If you can't be on the front lines, donate. If you can't donate, raise money and create awareness. If you can't do that, educate your friends and family. You don't have to do something massive. You can do small things that add up and have a big impact over time. And that includes even with your daily choices, like with environmental things. I'm like, consider what you buy when you go grocery shopping today. Clean up beaches with your friends and family. You don't have to have it. Again, I want to pound this into people's head. It does not have to be your career to start. Start where you are, and you will end up where you want to be if you don't give up. Even if whether it's days, months, weeks, or years, because it took me years. If you don't give up, you'll end up where you're meant to be.
And that really is the essence of igniting humanity. So our 7th principle is give first, offer all you can. It's one of our principles. And you just emulated that. You said, like, I offered my services. I had a new idea. I wanted to do what was more my skill set, but I went to my organization and I gave to them. And then you had another great solution. And folks, all of us should be doing this, pardon me, picking up garbage that we see on the beaches, really helping out our environment, really making it easy for our wildlife and our plant life. That's an easy solution that anyone can do. Anywhere you go, you can just pick up something and put it in the garbage. You can just make a little bit of an effort. You can even look after yourselves, not dropping things on the ground or leaving things lying around, or just, making it difficult for the next person. So great solutions. One of our other principles is about living authentically and genuinely, which goes back to you and alignment. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think sometimes two people say you need to have a single passion, and I'm a multi-passionate person. So I'm very big on like finding all the things you love and then weaving them together. So people are like, well, why do you coach teens if your passion is the environment? And I'm like, well, I believe the more confident, compassionate, purpose-driven people we have in the world, the better it will be for people, the planet, and the animals. So everything I do is with that intention of what can I do that will be better for people, planet, and the animals. Whether that's when I wake up in the morning, setting my intention for the day to, like you said, pick up trash on the street or educate someone that day or inspire someone to live a more intentional and purposeful life. It's just, I wake up every morning. It's like, how can I give back to the causes I care about and make an impact on all of humanity just by my presence and my words and my action?
And so it all sounds wonderful and fabulous. And I'm just going to go one layer deeper and say, what was it that made Farrah even want to do that? Why did Farrah decide that she wanted to work with teens or wanted to work with kids? What happened, or what was in your life before the Winston Churchill quote? What was an ignite moment before that?
It was high school. I was an average student. I didn't have confidence. I was kind of destined for a life of mediocrity because I didn't believe in myself, and I didn't care about high school. And one teacher came to me. I'll never forget this the rest of my life. It's not that you're not smart, you're not interested. And she gave me that gift of a growth mindset that your natural abilities, are just where you're, again, starting where you are. If you work hard, educate yourself, learn more, grow and evolve, great. What's going to make you do that? Finding your passion in life. So it's like you combine those two, believing you can grow and improve and knowing you will want to do that when you find something you love. So it was those two things together. I was like, okay, she gave me a growth mindset and told me I needed to find my passion, and combined, I would be able to accomplish anything. Because imagine, right when I applied to UCLA was my first major failure. I didn't get into the school. And then I applied again because she gave me that growth mindset and I got in. But then after I graduated, I was rejected from my dream job. So my biggest failure and rejection in life came after high school and college. If I didn't have that seed planted, it's not that you're not smart. You know what I mean? That you're not interested. I was like, okay, I know what I'm interested in. I know if I work really hard and I don't give up and I don't attach my self-worth to the outcome of my goals, then I'm good. Because it's like, if you have confidence and purpose and passion, but don't have resilience, you're not going to reach your full potential. It takes all those things. Confidence, which is kind of mindset, purpose and passion, and resilience, meaning change your relationship with rejection and failure so that you can keep going no matter what happens.
Amen to those teachers, because I had someone say to me once, it's not that you're not successful, it's that you're not devoted. And as a teenager, the word devoted to me really felt religious. I was like, devoted, like that just seemed to be like church. But as I got older and into my college years, and I realized that devoted was really committed. Devoted was from the heart. Devoted was really, having it beyond just dedication. Because I thought she should have said, well, I'm not dedicated. But dedicated also just felt like action, like just do it. Anyone can just be dedicated and just keep going through the action. But I later learned that the word devoted really helped me realize that it had to come from within. It had to be beyond just the physical construct of doing it. I had to believe in it, and I had to be devoted to it and not willing to give up and not willing to procrastinate and all those other things. So it's really amazing that we both had teachers that kind of awakened us to the fact that if we just realigned our thinking, we actually could get there faster, quicker, sooner, and better. And I really, really appreciate that. Great tips, great solutions, great ideas. Any lasting thoughts that you would like to leave with our listeners?
I just always say, don't ever give up on your dreams, even if they don't happen on your timeline. As long as you stay true to your why, you'll always figure out the what and how. but you also have to be patient and open to how things manifest and actualize in your life.
Bravo. I love it. Well, folks, you can find Farrah at coachfarrah.com. Find out more about what she's up to and what she's doing, and really dial into some of the solutions that she has about ways that you can ignite humanity. Thanks for being on the show. We love you, darling.
Thank you so much, JB. It's been a great conversation.
Have a beautiful day. As you can see, there's so many different ways that you can approach this desire to ignite humanity. And we want to bring many, many guests for the next 200 and plus weeks. We're going to be here every week sharing with you ways that you can ignite humanity. And I hope that you see men and women, and in Canada and in America and in England and all over the world. We had a guest from New Zealand. We really want you to see that this is a global cause. We all need to come together. I recently read a beautiful book by the Dalai Lama that he said, and he wrote it in 2007, which I think is so fascinating, because he says, now more than ever, we are all interconnected. Every country and every person relies on other countries and other people for resources and food and fuel, and to move the cog of the wheel of all of humanity. And I just thought that was so profound, because it's true. Sometimes we think, well, I'm going to take care of my house. I'm going to take care of my neighborhood. I'm going to take care of my town. I'm going to take care of my country. And the truth is, my house, my town, my country functions and survives because there are so many people in other towns and homes and countries that provide what I need for my country and for my home and for my house. So think about that. Think about what you're doing here, that expands really big, because what's really big helps bring you in your life and igniting humanity right in your home with your family and your kids. And so big thoughts and awakening you to some ideas and solutions. I love what Farrah said about, it's not that you're not successful. It's my quotes. Yeah, it's not that you're not successful. It's not that you're not devoted. And one of the cool things is you can actually be a part of knowing more about what we're doing here at Ignite Humanity, because, drum roll please, we're going to actually be launching a magazine, Ignite Humanity magazine, where we're going to be taking these awesome, amazing interviews and turning them into a magazine, so you can actually read and get the top notes and the wonderful high insights from each and every interview. And so if you want to know more about what we're doing, hey, just jump over to ignitehumanity.life. There's all kinds of information there. But start out by going to where we're recording all of these episodes for you to watch for free. Go to ignitehumanity.life/watch. Sign in so that you can get free access to all the recordings. And once you're in there, you can actually see where you can sign up for our new and upcoming magazine. Now, why do we do what we do? We do it because we're igniting lives, and we're doing it through the Classroom of Hope. We have a charity that we are giving to. We're building schools, folks. So if you want to find out more about what we're doing, you can actually go to our website. And if you want to donate, you can. $1 buys a brick, and we're 35,000 bricks for every school. So each and every dollar you donate is actually buys a brick. And so I challenge all of you today, go to this website, go to this link, and donate $5. Just $5 will buy 5 bricks. And with the thousands of people that are watching this show, can you imagine the instant impact that we could make if each and every one of us just spent $5 to buy 5 bricks? Well, that's me all in a wrap up today. If you ignite yourself, you ignite others, and that will ignite humanity. Happy to have you here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Now, more than ever, we need to come together to connect with one another. We need to feel the truth in who we are and let go of everything that's happened in the past. We need to empower every person on the planet and awaken hearts, enliven souls, come together, laugh, play, rejoice, connect, create, and love. It's time to ignite humanity. We want you to be a part of something that will impact the future for everyone. We want you to tell your story, share your Ignite moment, show people who you truly are. Be a part of igniting humanity and making a difference in the world and all of our futures.